A blistering surge rushes through our veins, through the core shape between us. Strength as it's never been felt before. An awareness of unique purpose.
Good morning. Welcome back to HC7. I'm going to do a quick @ here for anybody who's not already watching. @ here. Let's get kbbq versus Okay. It is still round of 16. We are in the lower half of the bracket still. Winner of this match will face the winner of the match that we just saw. So winner of this match versus HC7 What? Loser against Legrand Ballner. I'm T1G, he's Chillier Pair. Hey Chillier Pair, congratulations on your win this morning. Good job.
Yay. Fun times. The map pool is going to be very interesting for these two teams. I think that in our matchup this morning, it was not very high pressure because both teams were kind of like missing one or two people and were kind of just chilling out with some of the back and forth. And in some of these other matches, you know, that may not directly be the case, you know, as we saw HC7 What taking a little bit larger of a gap over Legrand Ballner earlier, and the first match of the weekends with Rustem Minatov and last German team, not counting the forfeit, were also not super close. So I'm thinking for teams that are like taking this pool seriously, it's going to be pretty one-sided, and for teams that are playing HC7, you know, we'll have closer matches. So, you know, I think we'll see how this match will go. Let's get kbbq. Seems like the type of team to kind of take this more seriously than, you know, have fun with it, based on their group stages, you know, picking and banning and playing strategies. So I think the Russian squad here will have to put their best foot forward if they care about making it to the quarterfinals winners bracket.
Yeah, I think that being said, these teams are pretty closely matched in terms of like actual skill level. Assuming they're both taking it, you know, semi-seriously at least. You know, you've got obviously neHcu9l is the big name here. Freddie Benson, if he's like here and playing well, will be another super high skill cat player, which I think he is. I think I saw him join.
Yeah.
But I mean, on the other side, you know, you've got Okinotori, you've got like Markram, who is the HC7 player of all time. So you've got definitely players who will do well on some picks on both sides. So I think, you know, like you said, if they are prepped and ready to go, I think this is one that should be a pretty competitive matchup. We already do have all of our bans, and we're already getting our first pick out. They're running quickly through it, which is nice to see. Nomad 1, Free Mod 1, banned by Let's Get kbbq. So that's going to be 1/2 and ice cream cake. No ice cream cake. I'm so sad. I just want to see ice cream cake.
I wanted 1/2, man. Good song.
And, yeah, that song's really nice. And then Free Mod 2, Nomad 5 from Pinchin. So that is Mekadesu banned once again, and Promise banned out. If you don't have super strong OAR reading players, no surprise to see that one gotten rid of.
Well, tech to start for the Russian team here, some flow aim tech. An interesting choice, I think, for these two teams. While this Russian squad here is quite good at this skill set, I think Let's Get kbbq also is able to field a decent roster for this. I think being so early on in the match, this is going to be kind of the telltale of who has a more consistent roster today, because I think that's what's going to matter between these two teams on this. You know, both sides are going to have at least one player who is going to probably FC this or come close to FCing this, so it's a matter of who's going to back up that player. You know, I'm thinking that they just believe that they have a better backing trio or potentially duo on something like this. This map is hard enough where I don't know if I like expect more than one FC in most cases. I think we will see a couple teams that will, you know, maybe put up doubles here, but there are some chokeable sections of this here. neHcu9l, the one I'm really looking out for on Let's Get kbbq here. For the Russian team, I definitely think it would be Okinotori in most cases. For me, just definitely like the known flow Amy type player for this sort of map. This is kind of what he does, right? So I'm thinking if the team can rally behind him, that'll be pretty big. Looks like neHcu9l stepping out potentially.
There's no way neHcu9l doesn't.
No, he's back. Okay.
He's the best player on the team. Like, there's nothing that he shouldn't be in on. I'm pretty sure. Okinatori also benefits from, I believe, having probably played this map a time or two. This has been very popular in tournaments over the years. He's a long-time tournament player, so, you know, he'll have some experience with this pick. Markram, likewise, going to be a guy who I think should be pretty strong on this type of map. So I think we should have a good battle here. We did not see any FCs in the last match. I think the closest was Lucrease, I want to say, in the most recent match. So we'll see if we drop an FC this go round on one of those mentioned players. You got Emerald Ages and Taquito on the hiddens for Let's Get kbbq. You've got Okinatori, Vitya, and Markram on the hiddens for Pinchin. So the players we're kind of saying to look out for are the ones running that hidden, are the comfy ones with the added modification. And in we go to map number 1 here with early breaks from Pez and Arco right at the start, as well as neHcu9l from...
Yeah. Huh. Interesting start. Looks like Taquito found a little bit of an over-aim on that first stream as well. Not too far behind, but it looks like, yeah, just a bit. That big break from Pez, though. That was a big one. This is not where you can be missing on this map. This is not the hard section here. My eyes, I'm very interested to see how Emerald Ages does on, some of these bracket stage pools, because he was actually playing quite well in group stages. So definitely keeping my eye out for someone like them. Arco's a great tech player as well. Does over-aim that circle stream, though. You can be a good tech player. Unfortunately, this map is quite flow aim focused as opposed to the tech element.
Yeah, this is like ult first, tech second type of pick for sure. And man, oh man, the Russian team just running with this one. Triple FC and just the very early break from neHcu9l right at the start. Emerald Ages are trying to keep him in check, though.
This is where the map starts to matter here on this section right now. This is the big breaks here. Halfway through, it is score v1, so any combo breaks at this current point here could really mean a heck of a lot, and it's Emerald Ages. That's not very good for Let's Get kbbq to start off. However, the Russian squad here looking clean as can be. Oh, couple breaks of the cut streams, though. They do still maintain 2 full combos, but Taquito drops, and that might be it for kbbq.
Yeah, Taquito and Pez both broke there, and there goes Arco as well. You've still got Okinatori, and you've still got Markram. They're going to bring this one into the ending, and it's going to be a pretty comfortable... Even with that late break from Okinatori, it's going to be a pretty comfy one here. 10 million points in favor of Pinchin. Very solid performance overall.
Oh, and Markram does note lock that last stream too, so no FCs.
At the same place that Lucrease broke in the last match.
Oof, tragic.
To lose the last FC on the board was right in that last stream. Unfortunate, but it happens. That's a solid team score overall, though. 29 million for Pinchin, and they're going to take the 1-0 lead, winning their first pick. Just like that.
Not a half bad gap for our first pick in a round of 16. Hippo Cup, about 11 million score in favor of the Russians there. Nobody on Let's Get kbbq really having a fantastic time on that. Taquito definitely doing the best as you'd expect, but everyone else really just spacing out those breaks, not super confident. So I'm definitely thinking Let's Get kbbq is probably going to go the mechanics route against this team today. Not sure where that first pick is going to sit. Maybe towards the free mod or double time pool. Very good double time team. Let's Get kbbq, and Toki popping into the lobby right now definitely gives me some idea that maybe a free mod 3 or a DT pick is in order here.
Yeah, I think this team is like DT2, DT3, DT4, DT5. Well, not DT5, but DT2, 3, and 4, and then free mod 3. I think are all like kind of on the table for them. Feels like they were relying quite heavily on the tapping maps in group stage, so would expect more of the same come bracket time, but they are taking a little bit here on this pick. Maybe not 100% set in stone for them, but I mean, like, you've got Revolutionary Etude, you've got Viva Happy, you've got Traumere, you've got, of course, you need. Yeah, there's plenty of choices here, assuming that's the skill set they want to go with.
I like it. I like the planning. Let's see if kbbq can enact their master plan in the round of 16 here. I think, this is kind of the type of, this is the round where you want to win this match, right? And there's the DT3. It's Viva Happy, consistency, a little bit of speed, a little bit of finger control here with some of the doubles. But the round of 16 matches in Hippo Cup, this is the match you want to win, right? The last thing you want to do obviously in any tournament is get knocked down.
Last thing you want to do is lose. Thank you, Shilly,
Yeah, I mean,
that riveting analysis.
You know, with the caliber of teams that we have in this tournament, you know, given that it's a round of 16 and group stages was pretty competitive, you know, to lose this first match, you're gonna inevitably be playing a strong team in losers bracket no matter what. So having the kind of confidence of playing a strong team in the winners bracket, it's like, all right, you know, a little bit of pressure's off there. You know, you can lose a match, worst case scenario, and still be safe versus having, you know, to play against what could potentially be, you know, a top 6 contending team in the first round of your losers bracket if you're some of these teams. So it matters quite a bit in this type of scenario here. But kbbq picking an interesting DT to start. I definitely would have thought they would go for something more speed focused potentially, like DT4. I wasn't really expecting something as easy as Viva Happy against this squad, because they have quite a few good DT players on that right hand side as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I would have sooner gone DT2, DT4, or maybe even the Fremont 3 here than necessarily starting with DT3, but yeah, 222 BPM, like, whatever, I guess. It's probably fine, and I think we're good to go. Hopefully, maybe, finally.
There is a chance.
For as fast as they went through the ban phase, the waiting time in between the maps here, I wonder what's going on with that, but... We have Pez, Taquito, Koki, and Nemraz. Manywa, Vitya, the Hujka, and Endura. And, yeah, we'll see how this first pick works out for Let's Get kbbq. Would like to start things off well for themselves. Tie things up 1-1.
The time has come
neHcu9l.
for neHcu9l. Save us all.
Denpa vocals are my just absolute favorite. Yes, totally. Can't get enough.
The only acceptable neHcu9l in this pool is Hard Rock 1. Everything else is not allowed.
That's like the other kind of neHcu9l. There's 2 kinds of neHcu9l. There's this kind of neHcu9l and that kind of neHcu9l, and that's the better kind of neHcu9l. And it's already 3 breaks from Pinchin early on. Manywa, Vitya, and Endura all breaking in the first 100 combo.
Yeah, that's a rough start there. Not entirely sure if they're just out of... No, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. Some of them have good acts, some don't. Taquito going to find a bit of a break. Unfortunately, about 250 combo in on the hidden double time there. Okinatori going to trade that one out, so it's going to favor Let's Get kbbq until we get into this next section here. And it's Endura, and I am not entirely sure what's happening and why people are breaking at this section of the map, but it's happening, and I'm here for it.
I don't know, they're Hippo Cup players, they're not supposed to be breaking like this. There goes the Hujka as well. Nemraz does trade that one out, but it's still Pez and Toki holding just fine for kbbq. Manywa the only FC for Pinchin, and that's a 3 mil score lead. This one's gonna feel pretty comfortable halfway through. Not much to be said. There's gotta be a lot of combo and some breaks from Let's Get kbbq for any chance of this changing anytime soon. Yeah,
you need one of those FCs to break very, very soon, and then potentially that supporting combo from Taquito. Nemraz doesn't matter quite as much because he's being out-comboed by some other players except for Endura now. No longer the lowest combo in the lobby. 18, 19, 20 million score now for kbbq as Okinatori finds another break. There's an FC dropped on Toki, but as long as Pez holds, Metawa can't do much against that. Taquito relatively close behind, and Hujka and Nemraz basically matching each other here. Maximum score on this map is about 13.8 to 13.9 million, and there goes Pez and Taquito. What?
kbbq just disintegrated. Unfortunately for them, Hujka and Endura both broke. And they're...
Oh my god.
What in the world is happening? All right, well, the map is now over.
Yep. How did...
I don't know. I
break after the hard part.
I don't know what just happened for both teams. Like, everyone broke on really not much. So... I mean, whatever, I guess. It could have gotten interesting there at the end, but instead it just didn't. Let's Get kbbq holds on to their lead, ties it up 1-1.
It would have needed to be everyone on the right holding, I think, because that was a 5 million score gap at the end. And even if Metawa came up with the FC, that's only another 5 million score, and it was about a 6 mil gap. So they would have not won with just Metawa's FC. They would have come close, though. They needed every single combo to hold. So I guess they could maybe take some solace in knowing that, you know, their one, section miss at the ending there didn't make the map of difference. But it's a pick for each team. It's solid. They want that to be happening right now. You want to kind of roll onto things slowly here. I think the Russian team going to continue picking out some non-mechanics maps for as long as they possibly can here.
All right, so can we get? Wait,
a map change? Can we get a map change?
Yeah, true. I just want to like listen to anything that isn't this.
You want to throw on like Nomad 4 really quick?
Nomad 4. I feel like there's a bunch of picks here that would be good for Finchen based on the first two maps, right?
Yeah.
You can go Nomad 4. You can go Nomad 6. You can go Hard Rock 3. You can maybe go Hard Rock 2 even. Fremod 4 would be an interesting one in this matchup. I'm not actually sure who's favored on that, but it is going to be the Nomad 4. All right, back-to-back Nomad 3 and Nomad 4 for this team's picks to start things up. I get it. Flow alt into Flow alt. They look pretty good on Nothing But Theory. I expect them to look good on Idol as well.
This is the way to go here. They looked wholly confident as a team on that first Nomad 3 pick there. Let's get kbbq didn't do half bad, but definitely did not have the supporting combos necessary to match up with Finchen. So we are probably going to see a similar result here. The mapping style, relatively similar on this as well. You've got those really small back and forths that you need to be able to confidently roll into, and the flow aim aspect of this map definitely a little bit less, I think, than that Nomad 3, but the control looked pretty strong on the side of Finchen, so I think they are going to have a good time on this one. I imagine a couple players on kbbq will be a little bit more confident on this than they were on Nomad 3, some of those cuts being a little difficult.
We got Fiery Rage on the FC on this in the last match, so we do have a standard. We do have a high level of performance, definitely possible. There's many difficult patterns in this, right? But like they're Hippo Cup players, right? They'll be fine. Are we really fine here? Where are our players? Chillier, where are our players?
They are in Russia and New York. Sorry, was that not what you were looking for?
No.
Okay, they are in the lobby now.
Yeah, we got Twilight, Taquito, Arco, Emerald Ages, Meniwa, Dahuchka, Vitya, and Mark Rum. All right, just like that, we're good to go. Once they ready up. I think so. There we go. All right, perfect. Hidden on Taquito, hidden on Emerald Ages. No surprises there. Hidden on, I'm guessing it's going to be Okinotori and Markram. Yeah, okay. Once we load in, there we go. All right, map number 3 here. Getting some of the, not long, but, getting one of these somewhat longer maps out of the way here. 3.5 minutes.
Waiting for that Ki to kind of roll around on this one here. Nothing super eventful in this intro section here, but it really does pick up in that first Ki where you get some of those back and forth. So we're looking for anyone breaking before that, unfortunately, would be not the best way to start this map. Not super short, though. I mean, we are looking at a slightly longer pick with Idol here, coming in at 3.5 minutes. It's Arco to find a break in the intro section. Like I said, not the place you want to find a break, but it is possible. And he does over-aim the jump on the right there as well. So going into this first Ki, kbbq going to be starting down about 400 combo. Here we go.
Not optimal. Coming to the first Ki. If Henshin can hold on to the 4-way through this first Ki, it'll give him a nice buffer. There goes Twilight. Second break from kbbq, still unanswered from the Russian side as of yet. That 4-way intact through 550 combo. And these are the Ki's in this, as you said, are the harder parts of this map. And there is going to be Okinotori, the first to break. That's going to kind of temper that gap by a little bit, but it is still a 3-way FC against just 2. And the third FC is matching the combined combo of Twilight and Arco since their breaks.
It's 1/3. It's
Okinotori again.
Someone
can kind of afford to have break.
It's true, he does.
Oh,
but not that one.
No, that's combo lead. Let's get kbbq now. 2 FCs to 2, but the backing combo very much in their favor by nearly 800. Those two combined are about at an FC and then a little bit more, actually. There goes Emerald Ages, though. And Meniwa and Vitya both trade, so it's no combo other than Markram. Meanwhile, you have the FC on Taquito and the big backing scores on Twilight and Arco. That's huge. Like, hey, let's get kbbq and bring this one back over. There goes Markram as well. There's now no combo at all on Pension. The Russians really falling apart here in that second key eye. Not what you want to see. And let's get kbbq now. Very, very handily in the lead.
Saw how fast that score went over almost immediately. The second Markram broke that score gate. I mean, Taquito is already 3 to 4 million score ahead of Markram on that full combo, let alone Twilight and Arco not too far behind. And this is going to be a breakpoint lost for Pinchin here. There is nothing they can do to bring this back at the ending. neHcu9l having more and more trouble towards the ending of this map. Okitatori starting to build up with Meniwa here. Markram down on that drop he found earlier, but this is just too far to gone now. 14 million score and climbing. Let's get kbbq going to bring this one in.
This is a very, very solid team performance. After those early breaks from Twilight and Arco, they both really recovered quite well. Taquito, of course, playing his role as the best player on this squad, leading the way with a hidden FC thus far. Emerald Ages, you know, kind of the hidden field player. Obviously, not necessarily the strongest member on this map, but still acquitting himself well. Not too far behind Twilight for the, you know, that slightly lower score, but he's still outperforming multiple members on the other side. So again, just doing their jobs here. Very good performance from Let's Get kbbq. And Taquito into the ending. We're going to this last little stream. Yeah, and he gets it. Hidden FC from Taquito. Well done, leading Let's Get kbbq to a 30 million and then some score victory. And they get a break point, 2 to 1 with their own pick to come.
That is not the best start there for Pinchin. Definitely want to keep things rolling. They looked really confident on their first pick, and unfortunately, no FCs against one FC. You know, you're automatically down and out right there. There's nobody being able to match up to that score on Taquito. Arco and Twilight also besting every single score, as well as Emerald Ages matching up to at least 3 of the 4 here. So that was just a team performance difference for Let's Get kbbq. Far more confident on that map as a collective. And now they're going to have to claw their way back out of a bit of a hole here if kbbq is able to pull out their consolidation. And there's that free mod 3 we mentioned earlier, getting that kind of buzz slider bursty, you know, a tapping favored pick. Not a speed pick, but definitely tapping favored here. So we're looking for that Toki performance here, that Taquito performance. I'm assuming like Pez or Twilight or Nemrose, those have been the ones to generally play on this as well.
Yeah, we had the previous DT pick. You had Pez, Toki, Taquito, Nemrose, so maybe just run back that roster. Maybe you see, if he's here, maybe you see Freddie Benson on a map like this, alternatively. Plenty of tapping players on this roster, as we've discussed. Other side was Markram, Meniwa, Vitya, and neHcu9l on the last map. I need to go one map. No, it was Endura as the 4th. Meniwa, neHcu9l, Vitya, and Endura on Viva Happy. So if they're going to run a similar roster to that, I would guess Vopersoft will be the one coming in, though. That's the first Vopersoft sighting of this match, so see how ready to go he is. If he can make up for their somewhat weaker performance overall on the previous DT.
Yeah. For those of you new here, the free mod rules, as opposed to the usual 2 hiddens required in Hippo Cup, are that you have 2 mods in general. So, as opposed to every other pick in the pool where you are required to have only 2 hiddens on 2 of your players, free mod is anything above 2 mods. So 2 hiddens, 2 hard rocks, 1 hidden, 1 hard rock. And once you have those, you can go anything you want above that. Running through quick. Shoutouts to our ref earlier that told us that we couldn't have more than 2 mods. That was funny. Good start for both of these teams here. Like we mentioned, kbbq looking to consolidate that break point here. Pinchin's going to try and pull this one in. It's possible. There are some weird buzz slider finger control patterns on here that can absolutely catch you off guard towards the middle. And it does look like Freddie Benson will be making his appearance.
So I suppose that may be a wording issue on the ref sheet. I don't remember. I mean, it says like at least.
I think it was, yeah. I think it misses the
Like it might not say at least because most of the refs have just done it before. But I think
it says like mods.
I think that was his first match reffing in this tournament. Quite possibly.
I think it says 2 mods. I think it's missing like the or more.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't his first match.
Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't who I was thinking of then. Okay, never mind.
No, it says. I think it's missing like the or more potentially. Yeah. Rough start for Pez here at the start of the map. Not sure what's happening there, but maybe he'll clean it up. Oh, there's a buzz slider on Freddy.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if that was. I don't think that was Bancho. There goes Markham as well. First break for the Russian side. You've got triple FC against double FC. So far, so good for Pinchin. There goes Toki.
Oh, that's
down to just
square.
Taquito. Last FC. This is let's get kbbq's pick. Remember, like then they're struggling in the early portions of it. A lot of map to go. We've seen plenty of teams do well in early parts of maps and fall off a little later on. So let's say kbbq gonna have to hope that that's what happens here. Toki is gonna miss again. It's created with Cobra Sauce. You've still got the HC9l. You've still got Endura. And Markham on the backing combo. They'll be up by a bit. It's not a safe lead by any stretch of the imagination, though.
I am fascinated at this map and how little people have taken Hidden on this, considering I think Hard Rock is quite a bit more difficult than Hidden on something like this with some of those square jumps and other patterning. So dahushka's gonna get caught off on that slider right there. Does not go fast enough through the middle, and that is another combo lost for them. Quite a large one at that. Leaves the 1 FC up on Taquito to match up with Endura. Markram's going to match either Pez or Freddy, and Voprasov is only going to do so much by himself, but Toki breaking is going to give them a little bit more breathing room here. dahushka going to be down. The score lead will go back over. Toki, again, going to be slowing that down as he continues to have trouble with his finger control.
Yeah, Toki's really struggling. There's a break from Pez as well. That's actually a bigger deal, right? Because he was only going to come. There goes Taquito also. Let's get kbbq just falls apart. Freddy Benson doing everything he can, but now you've got combo on all 4 members of the Pinchin, the Russian side there. Meanwhile, it's just Freddy Benson, so this lead's going to grow, and I think we might be just getting a break point here. Notably, this is AR9 based, so I can see why you might want Hard Rock on this. It's kind of that, what's that, Capriccio of the Mind? Where it's like base AR9, and so people, oh my, Freddy Benson.
Whoa.
He broke,
that's unlucky.
He missed a note before the spinner. All right, it is now over. Breakpoint back 2-2. That's just that.
Yeah. Very, very solid score right now from. I'm gonna wait until the map finishes to say anything. Nothing on kbbq on their own pick here. They will not be consolidating the breakpoint. This match is actually going to go straight back to even as we finish out these last couple sliders in here. The triple Hard Rock once again paying off for Pinchin here. Gonna run into the ending. dahushka's gonna find a break, but Endura will close out that full combo. Very impressive score. A little bit rough on the accuracy, but who cares? It's Hippo Cup. Perfect combo, actually, despite that 97% 250s. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he had Hard Rock on. I won't fault him for slightly lower accuracy. Not
no slider ends, man. No slider ends.
No slider ends thing is pretty damn cool.
That's cool.
Man, poor Taquito. S rank 99.5 AC. 1 slider break, maybe a couple slider breaks.
Yeah, it looks like it. Unfortunate, but I think that full combo on there, while it would have helped, Toki struggling far too much in that finger control section in the middle, and Pez not quite doing as good as dahushka. Gonna make that one borderline impossible for them to lock in there after that halfway point. And now we're back in. We're ready to go. It's Pinchin time. They can get this thing back rolling. Try and pull out that 3-2 here on their next pick. They floundered a little bit on that no mod 4 after the no mod 3. Not entirely sure if there's much left like that in terms of the flow aim tech in the pool here. There is free mod 4, I guess, which is somewhat in the realm, but I don't know if they need to go with that.
So much reading, though.
Yeah.
That map is really reading heavy. Hard Rock 3 is flowy. It's high BPM all Wait, Taquito, does Taquito have no fail? We probably are gonna need a quick restart
Surely.
of the client because I'm guessing that's just the client. There
Surely.
we are.
There we are.
It's Freddy and Toki on the hiddens for Let's Get kbbq. It's Dohujka and Endura for the Russian team. And we're on level playing field, and you know, Pension picking a map that I really would have expected Let's Get kbbq to pick, and breaking early on 2 of their members on Dohujka and DJ Evan. So yeah, I kind of questioned this initially. Obviously, plenty of map to go, but the early break's not looking super great for them, especially with the 87 AC on Dohujka.
Yeah, Pigeon is not the team I thought was picking a single DT map in this pool, besides like maybe a DT5 pick later, so I'm not entirely sure like what their strategy was going into this. There's the first break from Let's Get kbbq there, but not before basically doubling the team score of Pinchin here as we come into the ending. Unless all 3 players break on Let's Get kbbq, this has been lost. DJ Iban and Dahushka just not able to play the beginning of this map at all.
It's a 3-way. Let's Get kbbq just easily triple FC'd that. I don't know. Microsoft and Endura did double FC, but I mean, when you have a B rank on one of your members and a 4 miss on another, I'm not sure I follow that pick, and that's 3 straight break points now.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, a double FC on this pick is not super crazy. So, you know, given how short this map is, being able to only have 2 full combos out of the 4 players on your team into a team who is known for being good at this skill set, it was definitely a bold move, especially this early in the match. I could understand if, you know, Pinchin was backed into a corner and they felt like they needed to pick something
sort of thing now, and that kind of showed why that maybe wasn't the best idea. Now, if you're Let's Get kbbq, you do still have DT2 available. You have DT1, and there's just DT1. Okay, that's all. It's just DT1, which I don't know this map at all.
anime DT. This is like classic DT1. This is just anime bursts and aim. There's like one section of doubles that Bubbleman was not happy about because he missed on, but it's pretty conventional outside of that. Like, outside of that one section, it's pretty simple.
Wait, is this this is that one anime. This is the cooking anime. What was this show called? It took me a minute I had to listen to it until I recognized it. Now I get it. Kofuku Graffiti? I think this is Kofuku Graffiti, but I could be wrong.
But I don't know. I've never seen the show. I just know I've played this map before because this map is, 4 or 5 years old now or something. It's quite old.
4 or 5 years old is quite old now. I guess I'm just gonna crumble into dust.
For a tournament custom, that's pretty old.
NADT semifinals DT1 2019.
Yeah, so for a tournament custom, this is a classic. This has been picked in a couple things before. Not too crazy. Again, this is going to be one of those things that's just going to be a consistency battle between these 2 teams unless we have some players that are really uncomfortable on maybe some of the longer bursts.
I love anime DT1s, man. They're my favorite.
This map is unironically pretty good. I can't say I enjoy the song, but the map is pretty good. The map's kind of fun.
And the vocals on this are kind of
Yeah, no, these type of vocals are just not my thing. But, you know, for an anime, I'm sure this was like, they heard this as an OP and they were like, oh yeah, we're cooking with this one. Good Luck's finally coming out from the 2 teams here. We have Hez, Freddy Benson, Toki, and Taquito, the kind of the core 4 for tapping here, and Voprasov, Menewa, Dohushka, and Endura on Pinchin here. you know, again, the concern is going to be whether or not Pinchin's going to be able to put up that consistent team score to match up with kbbq. We know they have at least 1 or 2 players that are pretty confident on this sort of thing consistently, but we've seen neHcu9l have a lot of trouble on some of these faster maps today, as well as a couple other random breaks from players on that team. kbbq, Freddie Benson's been pretty consistent across the board, unlike Bancho, and there we go. Did anyone miss the beginning? Endura did, and Vaporsoft did.
I've been hearing a lot of Bancho problems this morning, so...
Yeah, the internet's shutting down.
The entire internet worldwide.
Yeah,
God, what are we going to do?
It's over.
What are we going to do with our lives?
We're going back to hardwired connections for everything. You're going to have a cable from your computer to a box. Toki does find a break.
Computer to a box. I'm on Ether.
All right, you already win. You're already on then. You're good to go. neHcu9l trading the break with Toki out there. 100 combo down compared to 300 combo down, though, so we're looking at a little bit of favor towards kbbq here. Nobody looking super stellar on this besides Vaporsoft. Everyone else doing kind of okay, but definitely the most comfortable score on Pinchin there. It's only a double FC because Endura broke early. Luckily, the hidden is kind of saving him on the score a bit, which will help later.
Yeah, so far so good for Let's Get kbbq. Not a lot to write home about, though, right?
Yeah, this section is just okay. Endura missed on nothing.
I think was that a little tiny burst?
A little speed up. I think it was like a slider into a slider, like back and forth, and you might have just It was like a burst. It was a burst into 2 sliders.
You know, if this were Scorby 2, I'd be talking about how he was score capped, and even on Scorby 1, he is still score capped with that break. So I mean, I guess it's fair either way. And Let's Get kbbq. Triple FC and a decent backing combo on Toki. Not a lot for the Russian team to do. They do have to hold. They just have to hold on Vaporsoft and neHcu9l, and they do not do that. Because there goes neHcu9l. That may have... I don't want to say that just ended the map, but that...
I think it did.
Kind of just ended the map, yeah.
I think it did. Oh, because...
though.
I don't know what the heck that was on.
Yeah, I don't either.
The double section, I think, passed.
It's Freddie Benson to go. Those guys are both really good at DT1s. I mean, Freddie Benson literally, you know, was the best player in the world because of DT1 style maps for, you know, a period of time. And Taquito, this might not be, I feel like it's weird, like Taquito is not known in tournaments. Oh, that slider stream gets Freddie Benson. Wait, does this get interesting now? 8 million? Not
a little bit.
I don't think
it gets a little interesting.
Oh, wait,
that gets very interesting.
neHcu9l trades. neHcu9l trades. It's Vaporsoft and Endura.
Yeah, Vaporsoft can't do it.
For some combo.
Toki has it.
They can't bring back 7 mil.
No, it's Toki. Toki has it. Yeah. Toki's locked in.
Vaporsoft, by the way, won 100 on the FC still.
Yeah, that's quite the impressive DT score right there.
Very, very good play from Vaporsoft. Unfortunately, just did not have enough backing from the team. Not great scores. neHcu9l down at 7 million alongside neHcu9l and Enduro at 8 million as well. You know, Let's Get kbbq had 3 players at 12 million. Pinchin had 16 million on one, but nobody else only one other person over 8 million. So it's just kind of a little bit of a team gap, unfortunately. And Let's Get kbbq take advantage. 4-2 consolidated breakpoint, 2 points away from victory now.
An unfortunate scenario for Pinchin. This pick I think was kind of inevitable. I think kbbq was always going to be able to rock these sort of maps out here. But, again, I'm going to keep going back to that mispick, I think, from Pinchin just before this. That was not the map I would have selected at this stage in the match. And kbbq, I think, is going to reap the benefits of that quite heavily as we go into what could potentially be one of the last 2 picks for Pinchin in this match here. If they do win this map, kbbq has theirs and then has to win 1 more. If they don't win this, kbbq has the chance to close the match out. Regardless of what happens here, kbbq most likely going to be utilizing one of the faster picks to force that tiebreaker at the very least here. We have not seen it yet. The closest match we had that in was
6-4.
UTC versus neHcu9l. Yeah, 6-4. The other matches have all been 6-1 or 6-2 and a forfeit. So nothing else has been super close.
And forfeit that probably would have been another one of those 6-1, 6-2s, if I were to be honest, because, well, maybe.
Tragedy strikes.
Well, with left
it's...
Yeah, just kind of decided to forfeit. I don't know.
Yeah, from what I heard, actually, actually talking to Live Laugh Love yesterday, actually with Swick, they like apparently just couldn't find a time that worked well, like enough for their team, so they decided to just not play. Apparently, yep. I don't know if like
I'm not going to comment on that because there's nothing good that can come of me saying anything about what you just told me.
I don't know if like not coming to a good time meant like that they literally couldn't play coming to a good time, or if they like, I mean, I guess I like semi understand it if you only have like, if you were only running with 4 players against the #1 seeded team in the tournament, like I kind of understand that, because you're just not going to win that match 4v9 against them. Like, I don't think
you're
any
not gonna
team...
win that match 9v9 against them either. What difference does it make at that point?
Yeah, saving your
respect.
saving your Saturday morning. I don't know.
Anyway, it's Hard Rock 2. I think this might be our first Hard Rock 2 pick for this week.
Yeah.
I don't believe we've had a Hard Rock 2. I haven't seen a Hard Rock 2 yet, at least.
Love me some demo music.
Was this a custom or something? I feel like I remember this. No, it was not. What map am I thinking of that has
This map
along these lines?
This map is a custom for demo.
Funny.
I mean,
Song custom versus map custom. There was a God, I think it's a Ferracudas song
there's
that's it's also a French title in like Corsace a year or two ago. I believe. Was it not this song? Must not have been this song.
I'm trying to think of French title. I mean, this is like definitely the...
No, it was this.
This
map?
It was
this. It was an OWC map, is what it was. OWC 2020 Semis Hard Rock 3, mapped by Elcheer, was this song.
Oh.
And it had a diff name that broke like the upload system.
Oh,
and
I
so they
remember
had to remove
that.
They had an accent mark in the diff name, and they had to remove the accent mark because it like broke the game.
That's funny.
And it was this same song. Obviously not this map of this song, but it was this song. All right. That makes me feel a lot better that I was able to find that, because like I swear this sounds really familiar.
Yeah.
In the French song title, there are just not that many of those. Anyway, we've got Pez, Freddy Benson, Takedo Toki, Dohuchka, Meniwa, Markram, and Volpersov. Kind of a must-win here, right, for the Russian roster. Really need this must.
This is their last pick if they do not win this. So make the most of it. We'll see what happens. Not super long map.
They could still get another pick if they lose this and then get a breakpoint.
They can't get another one of their picks unless if they have to win the other teams, which...
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see. kbbq has so many DTs left, man. Yeah, they got DTs left, and that's what's concerning me. They're looking pretty okay on this so far, though, so I'm definitely liking their chances of grabbing this Hard Rock. Looking very good. Freddy Benson, Toki, Takedo all having broken just Meniwa on the hidden Hard Rock for the miss there. It's Pez to try and support kbbq right here. This is a skill set that he is quite good at, so there is a chance he's able to pull out a good combo here. Unfortunately, his team is going to need to be able to back him up here and hope that Pinchin finds a couple breaks besides Meniwa. That break is helpful, but it's not going to give them the pick.
Yeah, you still got 3 FCs on the Russian side, just Meniwa breaking, and there goes Takedo again. I mean, Pez you just can't do much when you're on your own, unfortunately. This was the sort of thing that, like, it makes sense for this team to be picking, though, right? It's more of the kind of, like, slightly awkward flow-focused mapping in a lot of patterns in here. Some very awkward flow, like you just saw Freddy Benson and Jahuchka break on. So this is a pick that I'm a big fan of for them, and it's working out quite well so far.
Yeah, all the flow Amy picks have actually worked out for Pinchin today. Markram is going to find a break at the ending there, but Volpersov no longer holding. It's Pez. Wait a second here. Are we going to see...
If Pez FCs, he brings this back, I think.
He does have the combo backing on Freddy. Takedo does drop. It's only 1 million now, where it's in the last couple seconds. It's going back so quickly. I don't know if it's going fast enough. The note density at the ending might not be enough. I think Pez may have needed the hidden Hard Rock. Oh, he does have it!
Oh!
And that's the break point.
It went! Oh my my god, man.
Did it! Pez, the legend, the
beast.
full combo on.
That is... Wow.
That's a great score. That is a fantastic score.
That is such a sick clutch performance from Pez, dude. They were down the entire time, and he just put his head down and grinded it out. And the Russian team, unfortunately, really just struggled at the ending. Freddie Benson low-key on that backing combo, also crucial considering the score gap was only 200,000 points. Like, they needed every ounce of score they could get, but that FC is crazy from Pez. Man, that's really cool to see.
Yeah, that is a big, big play there from Pez to let's get kbbq to match point. Now they are in the scenario that I actually didn't think was going to happen here. Pinchin looked really good on that hard rock, and unfortunately finding the full set of misses at the ending there was not working in their favor in any way, and kbbq now has the opportunity to close this one out. I was about to say before the ending of that map that Pinchin has looked really good on a lot of the flow aim maps so far, like very handedly, but that one not quite making the cut, as kbbq does have a couple of DTs left in this pool to utilize.
Yeah, and I think if you're kbbq, you probably just say DT2 and most likely can call it a day. I feel like that just seems like a map, especially the way that DT4 and DT1 went. Like, yeah. Oh, it's DT5 instead. I don't know about this one quite as much because this is a much less mechanics DT. This is an old DT. This is like grid snap with some linear flow aim stuff going on. This is not the same style of DT as we've seen so far.
Yeah, this is definitely an interesting one for kbbq going for the old style DT. I don't dislike it, but I definitely feel like it gives Pinchin a bit of a shot on this pick compared to some of the other DTs that they had the opportunity to go for.
I guess they do have players that can do well on this, right? I mean, not the craziest thing, but
yeah,
a little surprised.
We'll see what transpires on the old map DT. Yeah, we really haven't seen anything like this played in this. There's really not a lot of maps like this in this pool, honestly. This is almost like, you know, kind of kiss last round, right? Where there really wasn't much to match up to this kind of style of map here, which is good because that means that if you are really good at this sort of map, you can kind of pick this up uncontested and just get a guaranteed point down. Unfortunately, not much else in here. We did have the free Mod 2 banned out, so the other older style map is gone. There's a couple of like wider patterns in this map that may prove to be choke points for some of these players in here. Some of the like the reverse, the pyramid that kind of stacks up, or some of the overlapping patterns.
I think we've seen this one. I'm just trying to think of like what we've had happen on this so far when it's been played. We've seen this a few times now. I think this has been one of the most popular picks. We had a couple of near FCs. I don't know if there's been an actual FC though. But I believe we're gonna get going here. The golfs, the go lefts. Pretty much a Twilight, Taquito, Opixe. I think is this our first Opixe sighting? This might be our first Opixe sighting. Okinotori, Dahuchka, Markram, and DJ Eban. So everything's a must-win now if you're this Russian team. No pressure or anything on them. Very short one here. I think this is what, like 54 seconds or so. Early break Taquito right at the very start. Advantage team Pinchin. But lots of have to go.
Lots to go here. It's not the longest pick, but it's long enough that breaks are possible to recover from. A big break on Dahuchka and Twilight to trade out is going to keep things pretty even here. It's just slightly down with that Taquito early break. Twilight going to throw this one over a little bit heavily, and now 89% accuracy too, struggling on that. Freddie Benson gone too, and Pinchin might just survive for one more pick here as Pixe trades with Okinotori, and that's the last combo gone. Markram and DJ Eban got to bring it, the old map DT1 in, and never mind, it's just Markram.
Yeah, it's fine though. At That's
They are in.
all it takes. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't really love this pick for Let's Get kbbq, and we are unsurprising. To me, the result there. I'm not shocked to see them to see Let's Get kbbq lose that one. To be honest,
Well,
makes things a little more interesting.
yeah, very interesting pick, I think, from kbbq. I wasn't gonna question it because they're pretty good for the DT most of the time, but I think going in for a really old style DT like this was definitely a bold move, especially given the confidence of like Twilight and Pixie on that map there. I mean, the accuracies alone just scream, I am not comfortable on this map here. So I thought that DT2 would have been a good realm for them, but maybe they're just having fun playing some maps that they want to get going here. And Pinchin actually going to be given one more opportunity now to try and bring this one pick closer to match point for tiebreaker. They do need to win both of the next two maps.
Yeah, they have. I think they have some options left that are like okay for them, right? I think Nomad 6 might be a good shout here. Go Paradise. That might be a good one. One of the many alt picks in this Nomad pool. Terminal also potentially an option there, though. I mean, after how Shot Perdue went, I'm not sure. Do you risk a solo carrying the other team again? I don't know. Where on Multi Lovers is something we've kind of mentioned briefly here and there, but it's hard to say how that would go with the overlap reading stuff being so prevalent in that pick. I don't know. There's like options here, but none of them feel 100% perfect.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's so much.
Well, it's just going to be Terminal, so Hard Rock Alt. Again, we get some more Hard Rock Alt.
Terminal. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is okay. I mean, the concern, I guess, is that they lost Hard Rock 2, but it's a bit different, right? So.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple patterns on this that are definitely a little bit dangerous, and I think the only thing that I am slightly apprehensive about on a pick like this, right, is the fact that earlier we saw what happened on a Hard Rock between Pinchin and kbbq, and Pez was kind of able to 1v whatever and just rock it out because nobody else could put up an FC. This is another one of those maps I think that you're going to need someone to be able to combat that on if you're Pinchin, so being able to find maybe just a little bit more of a comfortable pick here for them will be nice to see. But they need this, right? This is the last possible scenario. Yeah. We're right before tiebreaker.
They have to win this, and then they have to get another breakpoint.
This map deserves a cisp of Good Morning Peach vibe.
Good morning, Peach vibe.
Good morning, Peach vibe.
I have not had an energy drink today. I did have a coffee.
I had 3 coffees yesterday, man. That was insane.
Goodness, that's quite a bit of coffee. I had 2 coffees and an energy drink yesterday.
Coffees are good, man. I read something the other day that if you drink more than 4 cups of coffee people who drink more than 4 cups of coffee per day, like black coffee, it's like actually good for your like colon, apparently. It's like an actual thing, like the properties of it or something. I'm not sure.
Oh,
it's very interesting.
There you go, Twitch chat. You're
drink more coffee.
A long and healthy colon life.
Yeah, drink more coffee, please. Do it. It's very tasty. Vopursoft and Pez finding very early breaks here. Pez is going to mean just a little bit more than Vopursoft's, but those 2 breaks are going to matter.
Yeah, it starts to matter quickly. This one is long enough to not be like instantly over or anything, right? This is 2.5 minutes. It's not like DT5 or anything, but the advantage. Let's get kbbq here for the moment. There goes Meniwa as well. Time is going to start ticking away here for the Russian team. Takedo does, fortunately for them, trade out. Endura trades another one back. It's neHcu9l kind of 1v2 here, right? Arco and Toki both holding FCs. There goes Toki is trading with Meniwa. It doesn't matter. There goes Arki as well. Wait a minute. If Pez breaks, neHcu9l can do this. And they do have combo advantage on Vopursoft as well. It's all on Pez.
It's...
Where have we heard that before? It is once
back.
again all on the shoulders of Pez on back-to-back Hard Rock picks from this Russian roster. If he FCs this time, if he FCs another one in under such circumstances, I mean, I'm just gonna like crown him king.
Oh my gosh, he's gonna do it again.
Go for and Endure broke. It is actually over now, regardless.
It's over.
It's not going to be quite as important because this is now not going to be like a 200k score lead, but still back-to-back FCs on Hard Rock picks from the other team to get a break point and then close out the match. Very, very good stuff. Decent, a little bit of time left here at the end, but it's pretty much all said and done as far as the actual outcome at this point. What or not? Wait a minute, it's not because everyone from Let's Get kbbq is dying and there's
no. I think they're clear. I think they're clear. Yeah.
So it is going to end up mattering a little bit more though.
It does matter.
That FC did end up being more important than it felt like it might be. But wow, man, Pez, Chaperdu FC and Terminal FC back to back. Went out in between for the DT pick that they lost. Comes back in, drops another FC, and says, "GG, well played, 6-3. Let's get kbbq rolling onward." Very well done to them.
Very well done. A clean win for kbbq. That's going to push them into the quarterfinals, facing off against Hippo Cup What next week. That is going to be the A seed from Group G. Listia, Nineric, Raikaho, Fiery Rage, Eternum, Lucrece, Fragrance of Page, Ethan Trix, and Belladonna. That is their matchup next week. And
matches are all going to get crazy in a big hurry.
Yeah, actually, Pinchin is already set for their matchup, too, against La Grande Ballner. So that is going to be the C seed from Group B, from Groups Semi, Magnata, Chillington, Pallier, Hifkill, Invoker, Hanori, Suzuha, and Z9A.
Yeah.
Yeah! Matchups!
Everything gets good fast in this tournament when you only have 16 teams going through groups. Like, it gets close and competitive in a big hurry. So that is awesome. I think we should have already just some good matchups next week. Like, we also have 14 UTC versus Rustam Minatov. Like, that's also going to be good.
I'm terrified.
So quite exciting.
I'm terrified.
Yeah, you won't want to miss out. So that'll do it for that.